Hi everyone, I am here with your reading for the week of February 7th. I'm so excited to be sharing this new offering with you. My intention with these collective energy readings is to really tune in and transmit and share messages that are going to be of service to you in your own lives, your growth, your healing, your expanding, your evolving at the individual level and then at the collective level, because in a sense, we are all always going through the same sort of journey together. We just have different characters, different plot points, different specificity to our own specific experience, but we're all on this shared path of expanding and evolving and becoming. And this form of energy work, this way of psychic reading that I have been trained in, has been so unbelievably transformative in my own life, as far as the way that it has allowed me to find clarity and get clear on the energies that are at play in my space and in my life, which are mine and which are not. And the energies that are not are up to us to remove. We don't have to be in agreement with energy or programs or beliefs that have been placed in our space from outside of us. We don't have to choose to follow along with them. And so in all of my readings and my intuitive work, my goal is to help you get clear on what your specific truth is in your life. And these readings are no different. So what I'm going to do is take a moment here to enter a trance meditative state, tune in, and then I'll just begin reading and kind of seeing what appears, with the intention that this is a message that serves each and every one of you who watches this, who listens to this. All right, so here we go. I'm going to close my eyes. And I invite you, as you're watching this, to take a deep breath. Find a space of presence and openness and receptivity. Sitting, laying down. You can certainly listen to this while you're doing other things, but an invitation to get present here. So I'm going to begin by just asking for a picture of the energy that is at play for this week, something that we all can be aware of as we move forward in our lives. So this is a picture that's coming in of a volleyball game. Beach volleyball, there's a net on the sand, and the picture is really showing me a lot about this. I just wanted to make sure this was recording. I had a moment where I was like, I didn't press record. Okay, we're back. So there's this volleyball that is being hit back and forth across this net. And it reaches really, really, really high up into the sky before it lands on the other side, and then it really, really high up into the sky before it goes to the other side. So what is this about? There's an energy of getting so close to the thing. It's almost as if this volleyball wants to go into outer space, or there's like a particular height that it wants to reach. And it's just so close to it. It's so close to getting there each time that it goes over the net. And this is not a game about keeping score or competition or anything like that. It's simply like each time this ball travels over the net, it's like it's closer and closer to this goal or this ultimate destination. What else is important to know about this? And it's like I see you looking up at this volleyball each time you hit it over the net, and there's a sense of hope. There's a sense of, it's hard to articulate, but that feeling that you get, that sense that you have when you are so committed to something or so wrapped up in something, so desire something to be successful, to come to fruition, to be fulfilled. And it's this beautiful longing. There's a hopefulness to it. There's a longing to it. And each time it comes back down, there is a sense of some disappointment that arises. But it's like every time you get close with this volleyball, you're just a little bit more hopeful that it's actually possible. You're not discouraged here. What is it about this point that you are trying to reach, this goal, this height that you are headed towards? It's this sweet spot. It's like I see it as this goal is for this ball to kind of end up in this particular point in the sky where it's like it fits in perfectly. And the energy is just this softness, this coziness, this just like, deep breath, sort of relaxation into, this fits. And that's what you're aiming towards here. But what's interesting is I see that, as soon as you reach that, once this ball does reach that point and it does fit like a glove into this space, there's that collective sigh, there is that ease, there is that sense of triumph or victory or yes. But it doesn't end there. Like that's not the answer. That's not the final thing, because then once that happens, then there is no more game to play. There's a fun, even though it's frustrating as hell, and it might take days or weeks or years or hours, or it feels like the trying to reach this goal or achieve this or get this thing feels like it might take forever. But then as soon as you get there is an energy of like, I can't play that game anymore. And there was something fun about the process of that, or maybe not even fun because it's not always fun, but something fulfilling about the pursuit of that now that I've reached it, there's something a little bit hollow that you're just gonna want to fill with something else. Not fill, but want to pursue something else. So it's not actually about reaching the destination or fulfilling the thing or finding the answer or getting the thing, because even then you're not going to be truly satisfied. It's human nature. There's going to be another thing that you're going to want to go after or pursue or attain. It's not even necessarily about forward movement or achievement, though. It's just it's the questing after something that is fulfilling in the human experience. And can you enjoy that part of it? Can you enjoy the quest, the pursuit, the journey, the refinement, the learning, oh my God, I was so close that time, and the kind of ecstasy in that. Knowing that, yes, when you reach that goal, that destination, whatever it is, that sweet spot, it's going to feel beautiful for a moment and it will be worth celebrating. And hopefully you'll be able to look back at all of the time and the energy and the work and the love that you put into getting there. But that's not the final answer. It reminds me of this, belief that is in the background for so many of us of when I get XYZ or when XYZ happens, then I'll be happy, then I'll be fulfilled. And it's not true. I think we all know that, but it's like I'm seeing the energy of that in this picture, that's not true. There's going to be another quest. There's going to be another adventure. There's going to be another yearning. There's going to be something else that pulls you, that moves you in another direction. And so it's this never-ending sort of pursuit of that is part of the adventure of this life. What else is there that's important to know about this for the collective, for those who are watching this, reading? What can help them in this process? Well, so going back to the picture, I see that each time you get this ball, you put it in the air and it gets kind of close to where you're aiming for, you have this almost like a pad of paper down by your feet, and you lean down and you jot down a note. So it's like with each toss, you're learning something that you want to record or integrate or remember. Why are you doing that? It just makes the process so much more fun. Like you have so much more engagement in the process when you are paying attention to each step or what each lesson is bringing you or what each getting so close to it taught you, it's important to really pay attention. And in that, there's like little wins to celebrate along the way. There's puzzles to solve. It's just so much more active and engaged rather than, this is it. So it's rather than being at the whim of the universe, the whim of whatever it is, like, it happened. It's either gonna happen or it's not. It's luck, it's fate, it's da-da-da-da-da. When you are actively engaged in the process, and in this picture it's showing that as taking notes, but energetically that's, looking, listening, thinking about, etc., then you're involved in the process in a way that is fulfilling to you. Even if you haven't reached your goal or fulfilled your goal, the active engagement in the journey and in the process is the point of it, is really what I'm seeing. Because the majority of the time that you spend in pursuit of something is pursuing it. The actual achieving of it or reaching of it is such a small fraction of the actual experience. It's every little nuance, it's every little detail along the way that's really 99% of it. So being engaged in that process is so important. And what do you get to have when you do that, when you're actively engaged in the process in this way? Well, when you do finally reach the thing or fulfill the goal, or it's so much more enlivening. It's so much more fulfilling and beautiful because you know every little stepping stone, you know every little detail that it took for you to get to that place. Anything else to know about that? Anything else to know about this energy for this coming week? How might this arise for those who are watching this reading? Well, there's a message here about not getting discouraged when something isn't quite there yet, when a project or a relationship or whatever it is isn't quite there yet. Because it's actually exactly where it needs to be in order for you to receive the information that you're meant to receive, that's ultimately going to help you engage in the process and engage in your life in a way that is active and fulfilling and meaningful. There's meaning to it when you're involved in it in this way. So can you look at a discouragement? Can you look at a setback? Can you look at anything like that arises this week or in general whenever you're listening to this reading as a plot point, an important rung of the ladder or step on the path, on the map of your life, of your process? And that those moments are part of what makes the whole journey worthwhile and fulfilling, because they bring depth to it. If everything came to us at the drop of a hat really easily, it wouldn't be interesting, it wouldn't be fulfilling, it wouldn't be exciting, it wouldn't be mysterious, there would be no depth to it. It would be flat. And like, what's the point of that? So the almost and the just right there and the not quite yet and the I just missed it, like that adds so much richness and so much depth to the experience of your life. And can you allow yourself to have that? Can you allow yourself to have that richness and see it for what it is as it happens? And just take a scan here and see if there's anything else that wants to be shared or shown. And it's interesting, it's like the picture is showing me, again, it's the nature of this volleyball game isn't competitive or anything like that, but there's sort of this trophy thing that is at this, like sort of appears in the center of this beach volleyball, what the fuck do you call that, a court? And it starts out as like one little piece, and then what I see is sort of you're building your own trophy along the way. It's this kind of hodgepodge, homemade, really eccentric, kind of avant-garde, like leaning, edgy sort of kind of trophy that you're creating for yourself along the way. And it's got different colors and it's got different shapes and it leans in different directions and it builds taller and taller and taller, but you're creating it. It's not some perfect golden, Stanley Cup trophy that somebody from outside of you is handing you. It is a trophy that you are creating for yourself based on your own experience. Everything that you are seeing and experiencing, you are building that ultimate reward. Doesn't feel like the right word, but like fulfillment, acknowledgement of this process that you've been in. It's all you. You're the only one who can see and can feel and can know the truth of everything that went into this process for yourself. And that's how you're creating this trophy, is with the honesty of that experience. And I mean, think about being handed that trophy at the completion of something or the achievement of something. The trophy that is full of your energy and truly aligned to your experience at what you've created. How much more seen you would feel in that, how much more celebrated and acknowledged you would feel receiving that versus receiving like just some generic trophy somebody got off of Amazon or something and handed to you. Like it is so much more meaningful because it was created by you and you know the truth of it. Oh, so cool. Okay. That looks good to me. That looks like a wrap for the reading for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to hear if this resonates with you. If you notice throughout your week that this comes up, please come back here and share, leave a comment, let me know. Share this with anyone in your life who you think might resonate or benefit from it, or just like find it cool and interesting. I also want to let you know that I'm doing a special reading offering for the month of February. I'm offering love and relationship readings. And this is one of my favorite topics because love is just the ultimate adventure as far as I'm concerned. And we can learn so much about ourselves through the lens of our relationships. The people in our lives act as mirrors for our own energy, our own gifts, and we need them in order to reflect back to us our own growth, our own healing, our own magic. And in relationship and in love, can be so much energy that gets in the way of experiencing love or having relationship in a way that's truly fulfilling and aligned and authentic to you. There can be so much programming, karma from past lives, trauma, just mental blocks, limiting beliefs. All of that is energy, and it can literally get stuck in our space, in our energetic field, in our chakras, all of that, and block us from being able to access and receive and open to the love that is really meant for us, whether that be romantic partnership or any other sort of love that we receive from anyone, any relationship that we have in our lives. So this is beautiful if you're a single human who is maybe not searching, but just open to wondering about partnership for yourself. This is a beautiful offering for those of you who are in partnership and maybe stuck somewhere or having an area of friction in your relationship and wanting to clear energy around that. Or just kind of wondering where you're at in that realm in general and how you can invite more aligned, authentic, true, fulfilling, deep love into your life and into your relationships. So this is a special offering I'm doing only for the month of February. You can find these sessions in the link in my Instagram bio. So I highly recommend them. They're really fun. Check them out if you're interested. I'd love to do a session for you. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. I will see you next Monday.